Hi, it's Chris and Susan here, and this is a special video for you guys who are friends and who are our subscribers. So we brought you out into our back garden here in the French Alps, and those mountains you can see behind you actually back onto our home in the little village called Moulins in Pays-y-Nunquois.
Yeah, so when we look out the window of our house in Moulins, which is sort of down the dip down there, that's what we see. And for us, that's awesome.
And it really is. You know, this was our dream. This was our absolute dream, to actually live out here in the mountains and be able to come out and ski on a beautiful, glorious, sunny day like today. But listen, this is a message especially for you, because we want to ask you a couple of questions. We want to ask you, for the first instance, you know, what is it that you're actually looking for? Why did you go ahead and subscribe and continue to receive emails, trainings and information from us, and you've not yet made that decision about what you want to do?
No, it's quite funny, because we were just talking about decisions and things. Some of the decisions that we made in the past, some of the decisions that we've got to make now. You know, it's, as Susan said, it's the last day of the ski season, and I have to say the snow is absolutely fantastic at the moment, but you know, we've taken a little time out to shoot this video because it's really important. Now, we were talking about decision making because, you know, next season when we rent our ski chalet out, we're talking to the guys at the moment who need to sign a new contract, basically. So we're making some decisions about that. We're making some decisions about our future, how much time we want to come and spend out here. And we thought about some of the decisions we made in the past, particularly one we made 4 years ago when we decided to pack up our management consultancy business and come online full time. And I actually wrote down a few notes here of the process, or the questions, the things that we just take through our minds when we make a decision, and we just thought it might very much help you. So I wrote it down because there's 5 points. It's the 5 key points, 5 key secrets, if you like, of making a decision. And we didn't want. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So, you know, you're here, as Susan said. You subscribe to our list because you're looking for something, or you're looking to make a decision about something, and you haven't made that decision. Maybe you have made a decision and it hasn't turned out too well, I don't know. But if you haven't made that decision yet, maybe these 5 key points or key secrets of how to make a decision might help you. So the first one is, you know, every decision is either a yes or a no, basically. There's no halfway house. And that's one of the big problems with a lot of people. And the same with us. You get stuck in this rut, don't you? You get stuck in the middle. You don't know. You don't know what to do.
We've definitely been there, guys. Honestly.
Yeah. So, you know, there's a yes or a no, and the first thing we're going to say to you is determine which decision sits better. Okay, just determine. So, think about, well, if I make a decision this way, how do I feel about it? You know, do I feel comfortable, or do I feel uncomfortable? What happens if I make the decision the other way? Just put that in your mind and think, well, okay, so how do I feel about that? This is all about which decision makes you feel the most comfortable. Because I can tell you, at the end of the day, no decision is ever going to be the perfect decision. Okay, no decision. So you have to go one way or the other and decide which one makes you feel more comfortable. Now, if you think about this for a minute, you know, you might be applying for a new job, and somebody may have offered you a new job. Now, before you applied for your new job, you had your ideal job list, didn't you? It had to be in a certain location. Maybe it had to be in a certain industry or market. Maybe it even had to be for a certain company. Maybe they had to give you a salary of a minimum of this. Maybe there was a bonus of that. Maybe there was a company car. Maybe there wasn't. There's all these sorts of things that you list out that is your ideal job. Yeah? Your ideal job. But when that job offer came along, I'll guarantee you there wasn't every single one of them
No.
on the list that you had on your list that was offered to you. So therefore the decision was, well, okay, yes or no. So you have to make the decision. If I go for that job, I haven't got everything, but does it make me feel comfortable? Can I move forward? Or if I don't make it and I stay where I am, is my ideal job going to come along? So that's the first one. Right, so the second one is gather all the information that you can get your hands on. Sorry, I'm not letting Susan talk.
That's
here.
all right. This makes a real change, so I'm going to get in here quick, because normally I talk for England, but you know, this is important, and Chris wants to go through this because he's made these notes and they're really important for
so
you.
you gather all the information that you can lay your hands on. Now, you're not going to get every single piece of information you can. Okay, you're never going to get that. But gather enough information that's going to help you make a decision. So that was that one. It's all right. I've got my lenses in, and they're great for skiing because they're long distance, but for reading, they're a bit iffy. So you have the same problem, don't you?
Well, yeah, you might get an extra secret that isn't even written down here because he can't see it.
Yeah, because I
from
can't see it. Hang on a minute. Right. Okay. So the next bit, we were talking about this just now. Release the need in yourself to make the perfect decision.
Oh, yes.
Okay, because the perfect decision is never going to be there for you. You're never going to have, I mean, you know, if we go back to the job thing, or we could do a house. You know, you're looking to move house, you're looking to buy a new house, rent a new apartment or whatever. You know, again, you make this list and it's ideal, it's this location, it's this amount of money, it's this type of kitchen, this type of bathroom, these number of bedrooms. But you look and it's at this price. And of course, I know our experience of buying houses and apartments, your ideal property is always out of your price range.
Just that much outside.
Just this much out, but you can't buy it. So the thing is you need to make, you know, don't release the need to make that perfect decision. You just have to say, well, I've got all the information. I feel comfortable with this one. I feel comfortable doing this. I've gathered the information. It's never going to be perfect. But the thing about the non-perfect decision is, if you move along there, you never know who you're going to meet, who's going to help you, what skills you might learn that you didn't have before. You know, it's a stepping stone to wherever you eventually end up.
You know, even doors that may be open for you because you made that decision at that time, however imperfect it may have been in your mind at that moment.
Yeah. So the next one, point 4, we've got one more to go after this. Realise that the power to decide, that you have the power to decide, sorry, realise you have the power to decide how permanent or not permanent, for want of a better description, that decision may be. You know, you make a decision today. Let's go back. The job is actually a good example. You actually make a decision and you take that job. Okay, that isn't going to be a job for life. You can always decide after a while, if you don't like it, to start looking again, quit the job and get a new one. Or, as I said, you might learn some things and have it better on your CV for going forward into the next thing. You know, I can tell you that our eldest son Paul, who's an accountant, funnily enough, he was working. I mean, you know, he's a qualified accountant just like us and just like all of the other qualified accountants. He started to look for a new job, and what he found was that he wasn't getting selected for interview. And so he asked the recruitment agent, why is that? And he said, they told him, because you haven't got a degree. Now, he's no less qualified or more qualified than any other accountant. But the thing is there was a selection criteria to reduce the numbers applying for a job, and that was a degree. He didn't have one. So what did he do? Okay, he was looking for a new job, but where he was, he had to decide, okay, so if I want to get my ideal job, I need to get a degree. Okay, so he decided he would go and do an MBA, which will give him a little bit step up above other people as well, and it was a degree. The thing was, they're very expensive. So instead of looking for a new job, he stopped. He approached his current boss and said, would you help fund an MBA for me? Because it's going to help you and it's going to help me. And they said yes.
Brilliant.
So what happened? His ideal position of getting a new job, he had to backtrack a bit because he needed to get the degree before he could get the job he needed, and he wanted somebody to help him. So, you know, he had to wait. It's a 3-year degree, so he had to step back his career move a little bit for 3 years. But, you know, but he had the decision, he had the ability to decide how permanent or not permanent that decision was going to be. So that's the thing, isn't it? You can always get out,
Absolutely.
always change your mind. And then the last one, I like this one. Stop overthinking and second guessing.
Oh, don't we all love that one?
Yeah, I mean, if you're one of these detailed people like we are, accountants, we love all that. You know, you want to get all the information and you want all the T's dotted. No, get that wrong. All the T's crossed
and I's dotted.
You know, before you make a decision. And then you say, well, if I do this, what happens if that happens? If I do that, might that happen? You know, you try and second guess what is happening. Now, I'm sorry, but you just have to get to a position where you accept you're never going to get the perfect decision. Accept that you've got to find the one that makes you feel more comfortable. Get as much information as you can. Okay, and that doesn't mean every single nut and bolt and T and I and all that stuff. As much information as you can, and then make a decision. Okay, then make a decision, because otherwise you're going to be stuck in this place called, sorry, I wrote it down here and I can't see what I can't see it now, but you're going to be stuck, you're going to be, as I wrote down here, flip-flopping between options far more than necessary. Okay, and what you're trying to do is get the information, make a decision and stick with it. Okay, and that's going to get you out of what I call stuck land. That was the words I wrote down here. Going to get you out of stuck land. And you know, once you've made that decision, run with it for as long as you feel comfortable with it. It might turn out to be the ideal one, but it might not. But does it really matter? The thing is you've moved forward, you've got to the next stage in whatever it is you're trying to achieve. If that's a business, if it's trying to earn more money, if it's to have more freedom like we do, whatever it is you want to do, you just need to make a decision to take you that step closer. That's
So
it.
guys,
I'm finished.
That's pretty much all from us. I think Chris has said everything. I've been as quiet as I've never been in my life, but you know, we thought about this long and hard last night because of some of the decisions we were having to make, and we just thought to actually write down all those key points was really and truly going to help every single one of you watching this video now. You know, we're here to help you with that decision making process. All you have to do is get back to us. You can email us, you can phone us, you can Skype us, you can Facebook us. There are so many ways that you can find us. And you know, to be perfectly honest, the more people like you who do that, the more we can all help one another, and that's what we want to do. So we hope you've enjoyed this video. You hope you enjoyed our backyard. We can't believe we've been so lucky to have our last day skiing here in the Alps today and have this kind of weather and to be able to shoot this video for you. For us, it has been a perfect moment to shoot this. The weather's perfect, decision made. Guys, hope you have a wonderful day. Please shoot us back a response. Let us know what you think and how we can help you.
And we just made a decision. We're going skiing. So, talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Take care. Bye for now.